So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey girl, my name is Lucy. I always say to stay subscribed. We have a good time on this channel. Now, as already seen by the title, we're going to be talking about how to boost your self-esteem. Now, I have made a similar video like last year talking about how to be more confident and boost self-esteem and all that stuff. I just thought to do a new one, like a refresher, because self-esteem, confidence and all that stuff is what we deal with on a daily. We will never stop dealing with it as long as we're human beings. It's part of who we are, and our emotions usually get the best part of us. So I always would want to make videos like this every now and then to remind you of who you are, remind you of your worth, remind you of how to deal with situations like this when they arise, because they will always arise. Now, we have a sponsor for today's video, which is Myfirstwig. I already have the hair installed, but I'm going to show you how it came and also install it while I'm talking about this topic. I have direct links to the wig in the description box as well as a discount code. Now, without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. I know I look crazy, but we're just going to get into the video. The focus is not my looks, but more so the topic we're talking about today, right? It's been a long time I actually installed my hair and chatted with you guys, so we're doing that today. Okay, let's get into the hairline. I didn't pluck it, I didn't bleach it, I didn't do anything to it. This is how the hair came. So I've been using Ghost Bond ever since the year started. I used it again when I went on a trip with my friends and it was amazing. We're talking about how to boost your self-esteem, right? I have made a video like this on my channel, so it's not new, where I spoke about working on your self-esteem, how to be more confident and all of that. But it's a new year, so I decided to make another one, just so I just give you guys like a saucy reminder that you're a queen. Okay, you are a queen and you deserve the best. You should always be reminded of that fact. And to be honest, like, self-esteem and confidence isn't easy. Like, most of us walk around like on a daily basis with our heads up, our heads high and all that stuff, but secretly we all deal with insecurities. We all have insecurities. We all have one thing or the other that we're dealing with. Don't let social media fool you. All these people out here, everyone is dealing with something. Everyone is dealing with something. Everyone has a problem with themselves. Everyone has something that they wish is different about themselves, especially physically. Like, that's something you need to understand. It doesn't matter how confident or how good you think someone on Instagram looks, or someone even in real life looks. Everyone is struggling with some type of insecurity physically, and it's normal. It is normal, especially with our social media society today. I've spoken about this a lot of times. There's a lot of competition out there, and people are just trying to be their best selves, like put their best self forward and all that good stuff. You don't have to beat yourself up about how you feel about yourself. Trust me, we all go through this. We all have times where we don't feel our best, we don't feel beautiful, we don't feel worthy, we don't feel good. Basically, we actually don't. And I go through this a lot of times. I'm telling you, like, every week there's always something that I have to complain about, and this is me just being honest with you. It doesn't necessarily have to do with my physical appearance, but every single time there's always something that I am worried about. There's always something that I want to fix. There's always something that not necessarily want to fix, to be honest, because I mean, I have my reservations about fixing things. I'm not against it, by the way, but I just have my preference when it comes to fixing things in your body physically. But generally, like, I do have struggles, like, on a daily. Like, I'm struggling with looking at myself in the mirror sometimes. I'm going to be honest with you, and so I'm just looking at myself, I'm just like, oh my god, babe, like, you look terrible, or like, babe, you have gained weight, or just basically I just feel low. There are some times where we feel low as human beings, especially as females, especially in this new era, this new age where everything just looks shiny and glittery, especially on social media. It's like everyone looks good, everyone is fit, everyone has a banging body, everyone has, you know, that hourglass figure and all that stuff. So you tend to just kind of get in your head all the time. You overthink situations. That's just what it is. But I'm going to be giving you guys, let me see how many tips I have written down. I'm going to be giving you 6 to 7 ways to boost your self-esteem, okay? 6 to 7 ways. Now let's go ahead and lay my wig first, because I can't do this because it's glue, and with glue you have to be extra careful, because if it sticks down, it sticks, baby. So my first way is to not dwell on the mistakes. Do not dwell on your mistakes. Do not dwell on things that you're not doing right. And naturally, granted, like, we as human beings always focus on the things that we don't have, right? We focus on the things that we are not doing right. We focus on our mistakes. We focus on things that typically, like, are going wrong in our lives, forgetting that there are other aspects of our lives that are good, that we should be grateful for. As human beings, we just focus on, oh my god, this is not doing well, oh my god, I am not doing well, oh my god, this is going wrong now, or I messed up in this area, or I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have said this, but yet I did it, so I'm a failure, right? I get that. I do that all the time. I beat myself up literally for every single fuck up or for every single mistake. I'm here to tell you that the more you dwell on your wrongs and the things that you're not doing right, the harder it is for you to see the things that are going right in your life. And I feel like this thing is huge. It is simple. It's simple to say. It's something that is not new. You've heard a couple times, but it is huge. Focus on the things that are going right. Yes, acknowledge the fact that you've made mistakes in different areas of your life. Acknowledge the fact that, okay, something isn't going right. You don't look right. You probably gained like 5 kg. Like, yes, acknowledge the fact that that exists in your life, but do not dwell on it. And it's easier said than done. Like, don't dwell on your mistakes, don't dwell on the things that are going wrong in your life. But when it comes to actually like doing it, I know it's difficult. I know it's hard to, like, you'll be like, oh yeah, you're saying that, but then do you know how difficult it is? Yes, I do know how difficult it is to look at yourself and not be like, oh my god, I could be doing better, but I'm not doing what's right, you know, like, what's wrong with me? The moment you step out of that thought and tell yourself, listen, things might not be going right, I might not be getting this right, I might not be doing the right thing, I might be making mistakes, but it is part of life. Listen, the only way you can grow in life is to make mistakes. The only way you can attain a certain height in life is for you to have been through all, like, the tough times, the annoying times, the times that are just like, girl, what are you doing? The times that are so tough. You cannot be perfect and make it in life. That's just not possible. I will say, acknowledge your mistakes, learn from them, and move on. Every mistake, every setback, every rejection, every, you know, shortcoming has a lesson in it. And the smart thing to do is to think of the lesson in it and work on it. That's the only thing that you have to do in that situation. My second way is self-care. Now, I've spoken about this a lot of times, and I cannot stress this enough. Self-care, oh my god, is the best therapy that you need as a woman, as a human being, as a person. I have spoken about solo dates before. I've spoken about taking care of yourself, and I can't stress this enough. It has helped me so much in my life, and it's still helping me in all areas of my life at the moment. Take yourself out on dates. Spoil yourself. Have me days. Spend time with yourself. You see yourself, you learn yourself, you know yourself, you understand yourself, you know how to best please yourself, you know what makes you feel good, because so many times as humans we focus on other people. So for instance, if we're in relationships, we tend to put the focus on our partner, or we put the focus on our friendship. We never take the time to know ourselves, never take the time to understand who we truly are, what we truly want, what we truly like. I never knew that was a thing until I started my self-care journey, because I would just say, oh, I know myself. It's so easy because it's like, oh, everybody's just like, oh, I know myself, I know what I like, but do you really know what you like? Do you really know who you are? Do you really know what your body needs? Do you really know what your body responds to? You spend time by yourself. You take yourself out. You treat yourself. You take yourself out on dates. You go out to party by yourself. I'm not saying that even when you get used to this, you're not going to enjoy being in the company of other people. You will. But you will never be pressured to be where you're not supposed to be. People were to get up and leave that environment, you wouldn't feel bad, you wouldn't feel lonely, you wouldn't feel alone, you wouldn't feel like you couldn't carry the weight of being there by yourself. That's what self-care does. That's what like loving yourself, knowing yourself, dating yourself, spending time with yourself does for you. You know how your emotions work. You know how to tame your emotions. When you're in that headspace, you know what you can do that will instantly get you into a happy mood because you know yourself. But in order to know yourself, you have to spend time with yourself. See, treat yourself. Do not be afraid. Like, I know sometimes it's hard. In my DM, sometimes I receive messages from people that will be like, oh, I tried to go out on a date today and at first I was nervous, but the moment I sat down and you know, I sat down there for like a few minutes and I just watched everything happening around me, you know, observing other people, even people on dates. You're seeing things that they're not seeing. You kind of understand things better when you're by yourself, if that makes sense. So I always tell people, self-care is the best form of therapy that could help you through difficult times. Whether you're going through a breakup, whether you're going through like, you know, a low moment in your life where you don't feel, oh my god, who am I expecting? Whether you're going through that time in your life where it's like things are not working out for you, or just everything is just going shambles, let me tell you, self-care snaps you back to life. Self-care helps you gain that confidence, that boost. Like, imagine a girl dressed up so good, like she smells so nice, and then she walks into this restaurant and you're sitting on a different table. You're expecting a man to be there, or you're expecting her to like be waiting for someone or to be with someone, and then you just see her, she sits there, she probably maybe pulls out a book or just plugs in her headphones, and she walks in with so much confidence. She sits down and then she just spends the entire night by herself, relaxing, chilling. I want to be that woman. I want to be that woman that people would look at and be like, oh my god, she is so good on her own. Not to say that she doesn't need people, not to say that she wouldn't want someone around, but she's good. You know, like, that's like the most confident booster or self-esteem booster that you could ever take, that you could ever have. I know we do need to go. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, I am. Oh my god, you look so cool. Come on, say hi to the camera.
You don't know, I have a whole suitcase.
A whole suitcase? You brought a whole... You guys say hi to my friend. She just... You look so good.
Oh my god, look at this. You don't even have makeup on.
Babe, don't worry, I'm gonna be so quick.
The sun is going.
No, don't worry. Like, we're going to get it done. And if push comes to shove, I'll carry all my lights downstairs.
Yeah,
I will.
Because we must shoot though.
We have to. We don't have a choice.
Like, I have a suit. Wait.
Just give me a moment, babe, because let me just finish this video. I'll be done soon. My next point is to set boundaries around yourself, particularly to things and people that bring out the best in you. I always say this about boundaries. Like, you all know how I feel about setting boundaries in your life. You all know how I feel about, you know, the people that you let into your life and all that stuff. Now, this one is no different. Listen, you want to go where you're wanted. This is common knowledge, but if you didn't know, let me say this. You want to go where you're wanted. You want to do the things that make you happy. You want to prioritize and be intentional about what you're doing with your time, who you're spending your time with, the people around you. You only spend your time around the people that bring out the best in you. Spend your time around people that you know would make you feel happy. Spend your time around people that matches your energy. And this is so important because you cannot be in that low space dealing with what you're dealing with and then still have people that don't match your energy around you, they will do nothing but bring you down at that space. Do you know what I mean? Being around people that do not align with your thoughts, or do not match your vibe, or do not make you feel good, makes you only feel worse than you already feel. My first recommendation would be to compliment yourself at every time you get. Now, there's one thing to accept compliment from people, or to be happy that people give you compliments, but have you ever just sat down and gassed yourself up? Listen, if you hear me talk about myself, you'll be sick. You'll be sick. I literally, out of nowhere, stare at myself in the mirror and I'm just like, girl, you are fine. Listen, see, there are different ways you can compliment yourself. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to like say out verbally, but like you could play songs or music that make you feel your sexiest, make you feel your best, and then you just start vibing to the song, you know, creating scenarios in your head, you know, being the video vixen for the particular song. I do that all the time. Same way I always say to spoil yourself. Self-care is also like complimenting yourself. You don't need to wait for someone to give you compliments. You can give yourself compliments. Give yourself compliments. Tell yourself how beautiful you look. You know, if you need a reminder, dress up, you know, look good, get a good outfit, take pictures, make videos, post it, all that stuff. You guys know what I think about that. My fifth tip would be, first of all, identifying some certain triggers, because when you're going through this stage, get certain triggers that make you feel less of yourself at that very moment. You get some certain things, or you see some certain things that make you feel not worthy at that moment. Identify those things, and those things could be as little as, you know, Instagram. Maybe there are people that you follow on Instagram that look banging on a daily basis, and you're just like, oh my god, I look like a toad, and then that way you feel bad. Feel free to unfollow, block, or mute anyone that makes you feel less at that very moment. I'm not telling you to actually unfollow them or block them forever. I'm saying for that moment where you're trying to boost your self-esteem, block, unfollow, mute anyone that makes you feel less of yourself at that very moment. Trust me, it helps. It does help a lot when you're not triggered every single day when you open your app, or when you see something or someone that makes you feel like, okay, you know what, you're not doing a great job at this time, you don't look your best at this time. Feel free to block. So my last point would be for you to feed yourself with positive affirmations, and I have spoken about positive affirmations a lot of times on my channel, and I've told you, you need, like, you can find a lot of these positive affirmations on YouTube, podcasts, you know, Instagram, just basically anywhere. But always find good positive affirmations that will feed your soul, that would remind you, because sometimes when you're going through this, you might not have the right words to say to yourself. Even if I'm telling you to give yourself praises, or to look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh, I am pretty, all that stuff, you might not, quite frankly, you might not have the strength to, you might not have the ability to do so. But that's when you need people who are already experts in the game to help you. My solo date vlog, I used one of the positive affirmations from a channel here on YouTube, and I linked it in that video. I'm going to link that solo date vlog down in the description box so you guys can check it out. But I linked that as well, and she does really good videos as well, so you could always use her, you know, daily affirmations to boost yourself, to give yourself hope. If you wake up in the morning, that's the first thing that you should be thinking about, that's the first thing that you should be saying to yourself. Positive affirmations go a long way. And manifestation, manifest good things into your life. Tell yourself that this is who you are, this is who you want to be, and this is who you will be, and trust me, you will be that woman that you want to be. So the last thing I'm going to say is for you to relax. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because most of the time as human beings, all the thoughts that we have about situations, especially about ourselves, are not true. They're not real. Taking some time to relax and just understanding the fact that whatever we think about our physical look at that very moment, like the thoughts we have in terms of, oh, I look fat, or I look horrible, or I must have a terrible personality, people don't like me because of this or that, or all these other things that we think about ourselves, truthfully isn't really how people see us. The way we see ourselves 90% of the time isn't really how other people see us. I'm sure you've heard this before, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're much more attractive in other people's eyes than your own eye. I hope this video was helpful in one way or the other. I hope you picked up one thing or two from the video. Please do not forget to check out Myfirstwig. It is going to be linked in the description box below. Every detailed direct link to the wig, everything will be linked in the description box below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I scream it every video. My Instagram is linked in the description box below and as well as on the screen. Now thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.